The smell of coffee is in the air. It must be time for another episode of The Art of Struggle. Welcome to another episode of my podcast called The Art of Struggle. You can hear me rant about art, video games, movies, pop culture, CGI, the industry, and much, much more. Check out my super awesome Jimi Hendrix shirt. Yes, that's why you're here. I know it is. Let's do this. Sony officially ending Ps Vita production in Japan as of 2019. Oh my God. Who still owns one of these things? After slowly winding down support for the Vita for quite some time, Sony has officially announced plans to discontinue production of the handheld in Japan next year. It's my sad face. According to a translation of an interview with the Japanese site Famitsu, Sony Interactive Entertainment Senior Vice President Hiroyuki Oda says that the company's plan to end production of Vita in 2019 and has no announcements planned for a successor of any kind at present. News that the Vita is officially being discontinued likely won't surprise much of anyone. I mean, come on. Sony itself announced that it would stop offering free Vita games to PlayStation Plus subscribers in March 2019 and started winding down production of physical cartridges for the system earlier this year, shortly after. Some developers even have put the kibosh, the good old kibosh, on planned Vita releases for their games by citing Sony's ongoing lack of support for the system, or in the case of Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night creator Koji Igarashi, straight up saying that the company planned to discontinue the Vita a month before Sony made the announcement itself. Wow, so the buzz has been around, but it comes as no surprise to anybody. Let me see who's surprised. Raise your hand if you're surprised. No, I'm not surprised. I knew it was gonna happen. I mean, I thought it was still the PSP. I didn't even know they made these things. It's just so weird how much tech, just because of how often they get released, that there's just some of them just get lost, and the playership that you get for Vitas isn't, and I'm not, because I know there's people that played it, and I feel like it went, the way of the PSP, the DS, all that stuff, and in the sense that there's probably a subset of people that love that. Like, they love the games, they love the fact that it's handheld. It's like, it's a PlayStation in your hand, and they love that. They love that about it. But they're not going to support it anymore. There's just so much on the horizon that it wouldn't make sense business-wise to support the Vita. I don't even know what the sales are, so yeah, it's just, that sucks. That sucks for a lot of, developers who were developing on it, though. I think that's the biggest thing, that's my biggest takeaway, is that the people who are developing games on there, hopefully they can port their games somewhere else, or, do something in that sense. So yeah, it's just sad, and they just, PlayStation's so backwards sometimes. They released a new PlayStation 1, like the compact PlayStation 1 thing, and they're, axing something that was released last year. That's crazy. But that's the industry, in 30 years, they'll make tiny versions of the PS Vitas. You want your Vita back? We made it for you, and it costs $3,000 or something. They'll do something like that. On that note, yeah, let's go to quotes of the day. Quote of the day. Why do I do it in that voice? I don't know. Steve Jobs said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." That's Steve Jobs that said that. Your time is limited, So don't waste it living someone else's life. That's real talk right there. That is real talk. Joshua J. Marine said, challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Oh, man. I'm going to leave you with this last quote that applies to pretty much everything I'm doing right now. Done is better than perfect. I'm going to say that one more time for all y'all procrastinators, all y'all, it's going to come out next year, all y'all, I'm working on it. Done is better than perfect. I'm going to say that one more time. DONE is better than PERFECT. Let me not pull up. What's his name? Al Franken or whatever his name is. Is that who misspelled RESPECSEC? He started whatever that guy. I forgot his name. I think it was Al Franklin or Al Franken. Al Franken's the white guy. Al Franklin's the black guy, right? Let me make sure now. See, yeah, Al Franken is the white comedian. All right, I'm just making sure. Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton, yeah, that's the guy that got real skinny, and he was, yeah, he had them daddy, them, you know what I'm saying, them sugar daddy looks. He was giving them sugar daddy looks to Ariana Grande at Aretha Franklin's funeral. So yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, that's game news and a little bit of pop culture news. Al Sharpton and Al Franken, two different people. One's black and one's white. On that note, let's talk quote of the day. Nope, we already did that. Yeah, we already did that. All right, bye.